home games would be just what Alex Ferguson would want over the next 6 days.
My first Manchester derby as well. I've actually sat down and watched that, and I'm really looking forward to it. All the ingredients I'm sure will be there: passion, pride, real ferocity in the tackle, no one giving an inch. I just hope there are plenty of quality players out there. I'd like to see 1 or 2 shine today.
The groundsman here, Keith Kent, said when we arrived this morning the rain will start at 2 o'clock. He was right about that, and it will go on until Tuesday morning. He may well be right about that as well.
Be interesting to look defensively at what Manchester United do. I think that Niall Quinn, who they're up against there, loves to push centre-backs back as far as he can and then look for the ball played up to him. So it'll be important for people like Steve Bruce and Gary Pallister to push up, I feel, and restrict the space that they can drop the ball into.
Peter Reid can act as manager when he's not required as player. He is a substitute today. And Sharp coming in. Good for Manchester United to have him back after that worrying illness, viral meningitis.
I think it really does give him an extra edge on this left side. I think he's very, very good at attacking inside fullbacks like that, and I think a relief to Alex Ferguson. There was a doubt about Lee Sharp all week. Had a slight calf strain, I think, and I think that Alex Ferguson would be pretty relieved that he recovered from that.
Hughes got a glance to it. Sharp can glance up. The linesman, much to the astonishment of Lee Sharp, has a flag for the ball going out of play.
I honestly thought Lee Sharp catches this. Hughes just makes it difficult there for Andy Hill to get the header, and Sharp catches it initially, just rolls it towards the line, but I think you can see there the line's been taken by surprise. Sharp kept that in quite easily.
Hill doing well in the air again. Sheeran with a nice touch for Quinn. Angled well for David White. Terry Phelan coming up quickly, and Giggs had defended well. And Manchester United needed many players there to do their job around goal as they break out now with Giggs. Phelan backing off. Simpson is there. Sliced away by Hill. Sharp has a 4 to his right. Ince is one of them. Robson coming late on the scene. It's a terrific try. Hit with genuine venom by the captain.
Robson meets it perfectly, and I think Tony Coton's pretty pleased to see that go straight at him.
Quinn. Holden. White coming in. And Schmeichel, who didn't have too far to go.
I'm not surprised with David White there, Martin. I honestly thought he's got a genuine chance. Looks to me to turn his back on this, just at a crucial moment. See, he goes up, looks at the goalkeeper and doesn't go in with the conviction I would have expected a man to go in a local derby. Schmeichel, both feet up there very dangerously.
Robson, Ince, the players there as well. And it's a free kick to United. Plenty of hustling from City, notably through Simpson and McMahon, which is what you would expect in their engine room, but they've done it unfairly. Robson wanting to see something quickly here. Hughes, Bruce, Ince, oh, he's beaten Cotton. Paul Ince for Manchester United with a superb strike.
Well, what a way to get your first goal of the season. Paul Ince, not his strongest side is left, but Steve Bruce deserves a lot of credit here. Look how composed he is. Couple of good touches, a tremendous setup, and that's a tremendous finish. I just wonder about the number 9, Brian McClair. He watches, he drifts in, they push out, looking to catch him offside. Brian McClair's about 2 or 3 yards offside, but the linesman's obviously said he's not interfering.
Paul Ince doesn't get too many goals, but it's always said about him that the ones he does score live long in the memory. And you've just seen the latest. Alex Ferguson, Brian Kidd alongside him, of course, who's played for both clubs in these derby matches. Hughes has come from right to left, but the ball will run away from him. But plenty for United fans to applaud at the moment.
Yeah, I think we can have a look at the goal, Mark. Here's what I mean about them pushing out. Watch the way Steve Bruce sets this up. Now look at 6 Andy Hill. He comes in to strike it. Now there, how many times have you seen linesman's flags go up in that situation for offside?
Well, if it needs sorting out, of course, he does have the option, Peter Reid, to go out there and do it himself. But it's early days. Giggs again, who's made a number of these runs already away from his place on the right-hand side. And not for the first time, it's produced a corner.
And when you're playing against a side who play square and push up as City do, then it's the ideal type of run to break it. That long diagonal and a straight ball.
2 corners to 0, 1 goal to 0. Owen can go on here and might fancy a shot. He does! Wow.
I'll tell you what, Martin, City went to sleep. Went to sleep totally. Look at that. Still no reaction from any of the defenders to come and close Dennis Irwin. It's an invitation for him, and he very nearly takes it.
It's another corner. Bent in by Sharp, and Coton had to make sure it didn't go straight in. And the problem for him, his own teammates then, David White, I think, in particular.
And he had to make it his, didn't he?
Same area. Palliser! Well, having got to it, you rather expected the next stop to be the back of the net.
Just couldn't get enough on it to get it down, could he? Gets up in front of Tony Coton, and it hits the top of the head rather than the side. Not so sure whether this just brushes the post on the way past, but it's very close.
And Ince, McMahon immediately came into a battle that wasn't his. The hot-tempered nature of Paul Ince, and indeed of McMahon as well, and Gerald Ashby has a flashpoint here to sort out with half an hour gone.
You see just McMahon on the edge of it there. There's a real full-bloody tackle on Niall Quinn. And then comes Steve McMahon, and they're both flying. It's a bit of a storm in a teacup, really. More words said than actions there. I think Gerald Ashby just had a quiet word, and that's exactly what he's done. And that's very sensible.
Hughes wriggling away. Splendid skill. Robson to Parker. Bounces back to him off Phelan. And a hand use there by City. They've conceded the free kick in any case. And once more, the confrontation ends in the referee having to step in. And this time, the book is out.
Yeah, he's just got to the stage now, the referee, where he feels, I've given you enough chances, I've told you enough times.
It's Rick Holden who's been booked.
And I think he's a bit unlucky, to be fair. Unless it's something he said, it looked to me like Fitzroy Simpson was the culprit in there.
10 minutes to go to half-time. Taken by Robson. Bruce was buffeted by Brightwell just before the ball arrived.
I tell you what, Brian Robson's furious because he delivers a perfect ball from that angle, and he really should have one of his strikers or one of his attacking players in that area on the end of something like that.
Giggs. Face to face with Phelan. It's a corner, and Giggs got up quickly, which was a good sign for United because he was tackled just as he shot, which is often the cause of an injury.
I was worried for him just for a second there, but here he does what he was doing last week against Arsenal, cutting in, looking for shots. And Steve McMahon catches him there just as he plays the ball.
Giggs will take the corner himself. A trio of United players waiting by the near post. A header by Hill, though, for City. McMahon. And they're raiding down the right here, and it's Terry Phelan He's got White inside him, slipped through well, and Paul Ince once more has read the play superbly, tripped by White at the end of it. But Ince has shown his value through the length of the pitch.
Well, I just see Brian Robson shaking his hand there, and I'm not surprised. That's now twice he's thwarted David White with really crucial interceptions.
Well, you might recall his performance here against Leeds earlier in the season, Paul Ince, described by the England manager Graham Taylor as just a goal short of being perfection for a midfield man. Well, he's got the goal here. Tony Book, who's done so much for Manchester City, still goes out for the pre-match warm-ups on the pitch with the players. Shearer, Quinn, White in the middle this time. Quinn takes extra touches. And Simpson! Well, Manchester City had a sight of a possible equaliser there with half-time beckoning.
And what a time it would have been to get one. Called out to Niall Quinn, but just watch this as it starts. It looks like it's in, and just curls away. Not so sure whether Paul Ince gets something on this, just a fraction. But I think if that's on target, it's nestling in the bottom corner.
It's half-time at Old Trafford. As you'd expect, the first 45 minutes have really flown by. Paul Ince with a goal, and what a fine one it was, and his general midfield play has been of the highest order as well. There have been a lot of tackles flying in, but a lot of good football as well. 1-0 to United. Arrival of Eric Cantona now. His character, much analysed, but I'm sure suited to the sense of theatre which surrounds this special occasion. Manchester City a goal down. Here's Phelan. Sharp. The ball's gone out of play. Cantona played the full game in Portugal on Tuesday afternoon, but Lee Sharp wasn't involved in that match because of the training injury he picked up on Monday, a slight calf strain, which was the cause of the doubt that he might not start this particular game, and Cantona could have been in from the beginning.
I think Alex Ferguson will be quite happy. And I mean this, if Eric Cantona sits on the bench all season, and that helps send his team towards a league title.
Sharp. Still Sharp. Chances here for United and for Cantona. Showing his worldly wise ways that, well, you say Alex Ferguson might be pleased. I don't know whether Eric Cantona would be too pleased, though. That, of course, is the dilemma. The talent is there. Really, in the final analysis, Eric Cantona had the temperament to make the use fully of his skills. They do say no French club will touch him. But here he is with his second major English club.
I tell you what, Lee Sharp does brilliantly here, but I think just there chooses the wrong option. Just out of shot, there they are, 9 and 10. McClair and Hughes are absolutely steaming in, unmarked.
Cantona, an early ball is on, and he's found it. McClair, there's still options to the left. McClair didn't see them. Coton's coming, and had to get a piece of that against Lee Sharp. Parker. Cantona again has taken up a good position. Hughes! And the first to show his frustration there was Eric Cantona.
Well, he's delivered the perfect cross to Mark Hughes here. It's in front of him. He doesn't have to break his stride, doesn't really have to jump for it. And in Mark Hughes' case, he'll consider this a real poor finish, Martin.
Ooh, and Robson got to the ball as McMahon got to him, but United sweep on from that. Hughes is in the centre again. Can he reach this one? Good work from Terry Phelan. But once more, there's a lovely feel to United's football.
Watch again the quality of the cross. Again, Hughes doesn't have to break his stride. But Terry Phelan's pace just rescues the situation.
A derby game that is still within the redress of Manchester City, but there's plenty of room for improvement. Holden. Alistair got in the way, squeezed out by Robson, only to Holden again, and it's Reid.
Well, I don't think he's in his prime. That Peter was renowned for his shooting ability from outside the box, but it's half a chance, you know. Sits up quite nice on the half volley, but really never threatens the goal.
Robson. And Brian Robson goes down. Everyone looks at Gerald Ashby, who points, but for a goal kick and not for a penalty.
Well, he would need to have been in a generous mood, the referee, I felt, to have given a penalty there. Didn't think Ian Brightwell did much wrong.
Reid. City trying to get themselves in a position here to steal a point, because that's what it would be if the game maintains the shape. Steve McMahon walking a difficult path now, as Ian Brightwell was here.
Yeah, you see, he's almost through there, but Ian Brightwell just gets enough on it. I don't think there's much wrong there.
Worth a shout.
When have you known Brian Robson never give a shout in a 50-50 situation like that?
No, I meant worth a shout in the appeal, which was certainly... Here's Hughes. It's a fine try, it's a fabulous goal for Manchester United, and that may well mean the match.
Well, I suppose it's a goal befitting of the quality of United's play in the second half. They've been in control for most of it. Look at the way he sizes up the situation. Spots Coaten slightly off his line, and that's a typical Mark Hughes goal.
Great play from United for much of the evening here, and two great goals.
Look at the way he controls it. A lot of players would have been tempted to just knock it back in. Not Mark Hughes.
So he's now scored in a derby at Old Trafford to add to the two to his name from previous encounters at Main Road. The cross from Holden. Quinn, 2-1. Battle is renewed straight away.
Well, I don't believe it. Alec Ferguson will be absolutely furious. He's watched his side control the second half, get the all-important second goal, and within 30 seconds, they get themselves in a mix-up. Niall Quinn smashes one in.
Well, it just dropped for them from the cross. White went in as well. Quinn able to reach it as it dropped.
It's the quality of the cross, Martin. It went in between defence and goalkeeper. Look at Peter Schmeichel, caught in two minds. Gary Pallister stands, Quinn reacts, they're back in the game.
And the treble is up. We've had Niall Quinn here, two from Jimmy Quinn at Reading last night, and Mickey Quinn for Coventry as well. Just pause there for a moment, because Andy Gray was reminding me that he had 2-1 to United as his score here.
Hey, listen, I'm not confident he's going to finish that way, to be fair.
Holden, who's made one goal. Hill, Schmeichel White, another stop by Schmeichel, who was distracted by Niall Quinn. Great goalkeeping.
I mean, it's Hill that gets it, the header here. If Quinn gets anything on it, he scores. Schmeichel just throws his body there, and David White smashes the ball against him.
Still City trying to stage a smash and grab here. Second best for so long, but suddenly and surprisingly within reach of an equaliser. Ince, and the players got to hold. Flagger stayed down, and still they can't find Cantona, who keeps taking up positions in the middle to be found from the crosses.
Well, he's unlucky there, because you gamble, and Eric gambled that he would stay back post. one of those situations, when he come near post, he's got a little tap in. Here we see it again. You see Eric Cantona's pulled to the far post. Now, if he'd just chosen to come in near, he might be tapping that into an empty net. But that's the decisions you have to make when you're in that penalty area.
Runs through for Coton. Belted back, but red reigns over blue in Manchester. United take the points and all the pride that comes with it. Mark Hughes with the second goal, which turned out to be the decisive one. A splendid strike, equaling that of Paul Ince in the first half. Niall Quinn, straight after Mark Hughes, replied for City to make a game of it. All the drama that a derby can bring. In the context of the Premier League, it's a third win in succession for Manchester United. A sharp upturn in their fortunes after that scoring slump that prompted the move for Eric Cantona and had threatened their ambitions. They move up to 5th, and remember, the leaders Norwich City are here next Saturday. As for City, a second defeat in a row, and a setback that will be hard to live with locally until they take up the cudgels again against the old enemy at Main Road in March.